In the early days of airmail services in the United States, a significant milestone was marked in the history of mail delivery. With the advent of airplanes, the United States Postal Service embarked on a journey to transport letters and packages through the skies, revolutionizing not only the speed but also the very essence of mail delivery. These rare and historic photographs capture the essence of this transformation. They showcase the planes, the pilots, and the dedicated support staff who together made airmail services not just a possibility but a reality. From the early biplanes, which were essentially wooden frames covered with fabric, to the more advanced aircraft that followed, these images provide a visual chronicle of the evolution of airmail technology. One cannot help but be struck by the sense of adventure and excitement that these vintage photos convey. For many of the pilots and support staff involved, this was more than a job. It was an exhilarating venture into the unknown. The photographs often depict pilots in leather jackets, goggles perched on their foreheads, standing next to their aircraft, which seemed to embody the spirit of the age, a blend of danger, innovation, and unbridled enthusiasm. The biplanes, with their open cockpits, were not designed for comfort but for function. They were equipped with mail sacks tied to the fuselage or strapped into the cockpit, creating an image that was as much about the raw human spirit as it was about technological advancement. Pilots, like the legendary Jack Knight, would brave harsh weather conditions, navigating by following railroad tracks or rivers, all in the pursuit of delivering mail on time. These images also highlight the ground crew's role, often overlooked but crucial. Mechanics, weather forecasters, and ground staff worked tirelessly to ensure that each flight could take off and land safely. Their dedication is evident in the photographs where they are seen loading mail, refueling planes, or signaling takeoffs amidst the vast, often remote airfields. The evolution from these early, somewhat precarious aircraft to more sophisticated planes is also captured in the photos. By the late 1920s and into the 1930s, aircraft became larger, more reliable, and capable of carrying heavier loads. The introduction of the Pitcairn Mail Wing and the Boeing 40A, with its enclosed cabin, marked significant advancements. These planes not only looked more like the aircraft we might recognize today, but also symbolized a shift towards commercial aviation. The sense of community and camaraderie among these early aviators is palpable in these images. They show pilots and staff together, often in front of their planes, with expressions of pride and determination. There was an understanding that they were part of something historic, a pioneering effort that would eventually lead to the modern air travel we know today. These photographs, therefore, are not just records of technology or events. They are snapshots of human endeavor, capturing the spirit of an era where the sky was the limit, quite literally. The early airmail services were a testament to the courage, skill, and dedication of those who dared to dream of a faster, more interconnected world. Through their efforts, the vast distances of America were no longer barriers but bridges, connecting hearts and minds across the nation. The early days of airmail services in the United States were not merely about transporting mail. They were about pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. The photographs from this era encapsulate this pioneering spirit, offering a glimpse into a time when aviation was still in its infancy, yet brimming with potential. As we delve deeper into these historic images, one can see the evolution not just in aircraft design, but in the infrastructure that supported airmail operations. Airfields, initially little more than cleared fields or stretches of flat land near railways, began to take on a more organized appearance. The photographs show the gradual development of these facilities, from simple grass strips to more structured runways, with hangars and control towers becoming part of the landscape. The pilots themselves, often former World War I aviators, brought a sense of heroism to their work. Their stories, captured in these photos, were not just about flying, they were about overcoming adversity. For example, consider the iconic image of pilot Dean Smith, who in 1922 made an emergency landing in a field near Salt Lake City after his engine failed. The photograph shows him standing by his plane, surrounded by curious onlookers. a testament to the public's fascination with these airborne adventurers. But it wasn't all about the pilots. The ground staff, from mechanics to radio operators, played an equally vital role. Photos of mechanics working on engines, often in harsh weather conditions, or ground crew members signaling pilots with flags, illustrate the teamwork required to keep the airmail service running smoothly. These images highlight the unsung heroes of the airmail era, whose efforts were crucial yet often overshadowed by the pilots' adventures. The aircraft themselves tell a story of rapid technological advancement. From the Curtiss JN-4 Jennies and de Havilland DH-4s, which were essentially modified military surplus, to the specially designed mailplanes like the Pitcairn Mailwing, each photograph marks a step forward. The transition from open-cockpit biplanes to aircraft with enclosed cabins, such as the Boeing 40A, not only improved pilot comfort, but also the safety and efficiency of mail transport. One particularly evocative image shows a night scene at an airfield, with pilots preparing for a nighttime flight. The glow of lanterns and flashlights, the silhouettes of planes against a starry sky, convey the excitement and the novelty of night airmail operations, which were a significant advancement in mail delivery, allowing for continuous service regardless of daylight. These photographs also capture moments of community and celebration. Airfields would occasionally become gathering spots for local communities, where people would come to watch the planes take off and land, or to see off or welcome back the mail pilots. This interaction between the airmail service and the public underscores how these operations were not just logistical feats, but also events that captured the national imagination. Moreover, the images reflect the spirit of an era where progress was tangible, where each flight was a step into the future. The pilots, often portrayed in heroic poses or with their planes, became symbols of American ingenuity and the drive to conquer new frontiers. They were not just delivering mail, they were delivering dreams of a connected, modern America. In conclusion, these rare and historic photographs of the early airmail services in the United States provide more than a visual record of technological evolution. They capture the essence of an adventurous spirit, the collective effort of a nation to embrace the future, and the unyielding human desire to overcome the vast distances that once separated us. Through these images, we can feel the pulse of an era where the sky was no longer a limit, but a pathway to new horizons. The early days of airmail services in the United States were not just about transporting mail. They were a testament to human ambition, bravery, and the relentless pursuit of progress. These rare and historic photographs serve as a time capsule, preserving moments that showcase the transformation in mail delivery from ground to air, from the slow to the swift. As we delve further into these images, we witness the daily life and operations of airmail services. One photo captures a pilot, perhaps on his first solo mail run, looking both proud and apprehensive beside his plane. This duality of emotion, the thrill of adventure mixed with the weight of responsibility, encapsulates the spirit of these early aviators. The logistics of airmail were complex, requiring a network of airfields, weather stations, and communication systems. Photographs show the meticulous planning involved, maps spread out on tables, pilots discussing routes, and the construction of new airfields. These images reveal the infrastructure that was being built to support this nascent industry, turning remote locations into hubs of activity. The evolution of aircraft is vividly depicted in these photos. From the primitive Curtiss Jenny, with its open cockpit and mail sacks strapped to the wings, to the more streamlined and enclosed Pitcairn Mailwing, each plane represents a leap forward in technology and safety. One particularly striking image shows a Boeing Model 40A, its fuselage packed with mail, ready for a transcontinental flight, symbolizing the growing capability of airmail to connect the coasts. The pilots, often referred to as Knights of the Air, are frequently the focal point of these photographs. Their faces, sometimes obscured by goggles or leather helmets, reveal a mix of determination, fatigue, and pride. There's an image of pilot Jack Knight after his historic 1921 flight, where he navigated through a blizzard to deliver the mail, his face a testament to the harsh conditions he endured. These photos aren't just portraits, they are narratives of human endurance and dedication. The ground staff, too, played an integral role, and their contributions are well documented in these images. From mechanics tinkering with engines to ground crew members loading mail into planes, their work was as critical as that of the pilots. A photograph of a mechanic, his hands covered in grease, working on an aircraft engine under the open sky, captures the hands-on, often grueling nature of their work. Airmail also brought with it a sense of community and public fascination. Photographs show crowds gathering at airfields, not just to see the planes, but to witness the spectacle of airmail operations. One image depicts children watching in awe as a mail plane takes off, their faces reflecting the wonder and excitement of the time. These events were more than just mail delivery. They were communal celebrations of progress and innovation. The photographs also capture the challenges and perils of early airmail service. There are images of crashed planes, pilots and ground crew members standing beside wreckage, their expressions somber yet resolute. These scenes remind us of the risks taken to ensure the mail was delivered, highlighting the courage required in an era when flying was still fraught with danger. Furthermore, these photos provide insights into the technological advancements that were occurring in parallel with airmail. Improvements in navigation, like the introduction of radio beacons, are depicted in images showing pilots with early radio equipment, marking a shift from visual to electronic navigation. This technological leap was pivotal, making airmail operations safer and more reliable. In conclusion, these historic photographs do more than document the evolution of airmail. They tell a story of human spirit, of individuals who dared to dream of connecting a vast nation through the skies. They remind us of the early days when flying was an adventure, when each flight was a statement of human capability and ambition. The airmail service wasn't just about delivering letters, it was about delivering the future, one mail sack at a time.